Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back. So we're out here in the food forest again today, and Alice is going to be pulling a harvest. Is that right, sweetie?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. So she's already got an idea of what she's going to be taking today. Starting right over here. This is the calabash or the oppo. So you're giving it a knock?
Yeah.
Is that how you tell if it's ready to go?
Yeah.
So that one's good?
Yeah.
It's amazing how well this oppo has done this year with so little water. I think it's huge. Let me give it a knock for the camera here. So apparently that's the sound you're looking for.
Still young.
Yeah. Okay, so you don't want it to sound too hollow then, because the older it gets, the more hollow the sound.
And I have to harvest.
That looks so heavy, honey. You need some help?
No, I'm very strong.
I know.
I have to harvest the kamote tops. This is the forest.
Look at that abundance in there. So let's tell the viewers what you're pulling this harvest for today. What's your plan with everything that you're harvesting?
I'm harvesting kamote tops to give to my coworker.
And the oppo too, right?
Yes.
And what else are you going to harvest for them?
Tomato and fruits is figs. Look at this. It's very abundant kamote tops. It's a lot.
So we've talked about this in previous episodes about possibly bartering with some of the produce that you grow. She's going to bring this produce to work and share, and her co-workers also share with her different fruit that they grow on trees. Oftentimes they'll bring dinner for everybody. So didn't you say something like, you said you were going to bring them some produce and then they were going to bring dinner? Or what was that you were saying, honey?
They're gonna bring me for dinner tonight, and I'll give this and all of those. They have to cook tomorrow, and then they will bring back at work.
So that was the arrangement?
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Get another shot over here.
And some of my coworker, she's asking me the lemongrass to plant in their backyard, so I have to give to them.
So you want me to pull a few stalks out for you?
Yes.
Okay, I'll do that while you're harvesting.
Show one. You have to do that too. You have to do this one.
And not to be repetitive, I know a lot of folks have heard me say this many times, but kamote tops are sweet potato greens. It's one of our favorite greens in this house. And you can continually harvest those greens and still get an abundant sweet potato harvest at the end of the season. And the more you prune the tips off of the plant, she's cutting about 4 to 6 inches off the tip of each growth point of the plant. It continues to bush out when you do that, creating more and more tips. And you can also take those tips and put them back into the ground, and it'll start to sprawl out and regrow that way as well. So easy plant to proliferate. This patch over here that you see, which is working very well as a ground covering crop, helping to mulch the soil underneath from the sun. This was, what did we stick in there? About maybe a dozen cuttings or so earlier in the year. And this is yet another area of the garden which has seen very little water. I haven't watered this area in at least 4 weeks, and before that it was just a little bit of overhead watering with the hose. And these are the type of crops I love to grow, and these are the things you'll learn as you continue to grow different variety of vegetables in your yard, you'll be able to see what's the most resilient, what grows with the least amount of input, and that's, to me, what brings the most value to a garden. Nothing wrong with having to work for it, but when it's basically just coming for free, there's nothing better than that.
Heyo.
So this 3-in-1 planting over here has been very productive. We've got the calabash gourd, we've got the Malabar spinach finding throughout here, and there's a tomato plant, mostly shaded back there, but there's quite a few ripe tomatoes. Alice is going to pull a harvest from there. So I guess the idea I wanted to share here is that you can utilize those tomato cages for more than just tomatoes. You can grow multiple things up them and multiply your harvest that way. Those are some good looking tomatoes there. For those of you who think I'm being mean not carrying this around for my wife, she insists that she carries it. This is part of her enjoyment. And it's freeing me up to hold the camera, follow her around. I'm gonna have to harvest this for me. Put a little salt on that baby. Heirloom tomato. And here's my confession. Our last fig harvest video, I had said I was going to water this tree after our harvest. Well, I didn't actually do that, so we're just really pushing this tree to the limit, seeing how much it can take. These are some beautiful green skin figs here, all ripe. Yummy.
Look at these beautiful flowers. This one, different kind. This one is colored.
Yes.
This one with white. The other one is really white.
So I love morning glory flowers. They can be quite invasive. They create a lot of different seed pods. See if I can find one on here. I'm sure I can. Here's a little seed pod getting going here. Let me just show you. Each one of those pods has several seeds in it like this that drop to the ground and sprout like weeds. So you got to be careful with it. But I mean, for an invasive style plant, the flowers are just so beautiful. Come in all different colors and patterns. So there's the harvest, all in just about 10 minutes. 10-minute harvest. I think your coworkers are going to be happy. What do you think?
Of course. They were really happy for this.
Well, there you go, guys. Just wanted to share with you how we do things around here, and just remind you that growing more than you need is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. You're able to share it with other folks and perhaps make negotiations or bartering arrangements that are beneficial to both parties. So with that, I want to thank you guys all for watching. Until next time, this is Dan and
Alice!
from Plant Abundance, and we'll be talking to you again real soon. Take care.